students. Today we are going to learn about digestion in humans. This is under nutrition in animal, second chapter. So digestion in human is carrying out in digestive system. Now digestive system comprises of two things, digestive tract and associative gland. Now when we are talking about digestive tract, there are 6 parts of that. First is buccal cavity, from where we are chewing the food, and after that it will go to esophagus, the food pipe. Esophagus will take the food to stomach. After stomach it will go to small intestine. After that it will go to large intestine, and the latter portion of the large intestine will be the anus. Now these 6 parts are making alimentary canal. It is also known as digestive tract. Now as food is passing from one organ to another organ, the salivary gland, liver, pancreas, all this organ will mix digestive juices with the food, which will make digestion easy, which will break down the complex substance into the simple substance. So these digestive juices are also very important, which salivary gland, liver, pancreas are secreting, and they are mixing with the food. So combinedly, digestive tract and this associative glands. Now what is the meaning of gland? Gland means the part of the organ or a body which will secrete enzyme, hormone, and that is known as gland. So these glands are secreting digestive juices as they are part of digestive system. So digestive tract and associative glands are making digestive system. Digestion in human being, and we are going to discuss about mouth and buccal cavity. So what is ingestion first of all? So the process of taking food into the body is called ingestion, and that happens via buccal cavity, mouth. Now into the mouth the teeth are there. Now what is the function of teeth? So we chew the food with teeth, and teeth will break down the food into smaller pieces, and this happens only mechanically. So this process is mechanical, and teeth will break down the food into small pieces mechanically. Now how is this teeth structure? So each tooth is rooted in separate socket in gums. Then second is different teeth perform different function. Now there are basically 4 types of teeth: molar, premolar, canine and incisors. As their name vary, their function will vary, their shape will vary. Each and every is perfectly rooted into a socket in gums. Now let us discuss the teeth structure of our mouth. So there are total 4 types of teeth in our mouth. In our mouth there are 2 jaws, lower and upper. Here we are talking about one specific jaw. Let us take lower jaw. In lower jaw there will be 4 types of teeth. The first 4 teeth are incisors. So this 4 teeth are incisors. So there are 4 incisors in one specific jaw. Then comes canine. Either side one canine will be there. So there will be total 2 canine in our mouth. Then comes premolar. So either side 2 premolars will be there. So 2 this side and 2 this side. So 2 plus 2, there will be 4 premolar in one jaw. After that the molar teeth will come. So either side 3 molar teeth will be there. So total 3 plus 3, 6 molar teeth will be there in one specific jaw. Let us understand as per their function. There are 4 incisors, and their function is to biting or the cutting food. Then comes canine. Either side one canine will be there. So there will be 2 canine, and we are using these teeth for tearing. Then comes premolar. Either side 2 premolars will be there. So premolar and molars function are chewing and grinding. So total 4 premolars will be there. Premolar and molar teeth function is chewing and grinding. So from the structure of the teeth, got to know that there are 4 types of teeth in our mouth: incisors, canine, premolar and molar. Now we know their functions as well. Now cutting and biting teeth are incisors teeth. So number of teeth will be in lower jaw which can cut and bite. They are incisors. So in lower jaw there will be 4 incisors, and in upper jaw there will be 4 incisors. So total the teeth which can cut and bite the food are 8. They are incisors. Now piercing and tearing teeth, they are canine. So in lower jaw, either side one will be there. So there will be 2 canine in lower jaw and there will be 2 canine in upper jaw. Total 4 canine teeth will be there which can pierce and tearing the thing or food. Now the teeth which can chew and grind the food. So premolar and molar both can chew and grind the food. So here we are considering molar and premolar teeth. Now how many premolar are there in lower jaw? 2 on either side. So there are 4 premolars there in lower jaw. Same way there are premolars in upper jaw. Now molar. Either side 3 molar teeth are there. So 3 plus 3, there will be 6 molar teeth in one jaw and 6 molar teeth will be in upper jaw. So total the teeth which can chew and grind the food are 10. Similarly, in upper jaw there will be 10 teeth which can chew and grind the food. So total 10 plus 10, 20 teeth will be chewing and grinding teeth. There are 2 types of teeth, milk teeth and permanent teeth. So first set of teeth grows during the infancy and they fall off at the age between 6 to 8 years. Now the teeth which are replacing them, they are known as permanent teeth. Now permanent teeth will be there throughout the life, or they may fall off due to the old age or due to the dental disease like cavity, plaque or germs in the teeth. So there will be 2 sets of teeth, milk teeth. They will be there from the infancy till 6 to 8 years, and after that the permanent teeth will replace the milk teeth, and permanent teeth will be there throughout the lifetime. They may fall off due to the old age or due to the dental disease. In our mouth, the salivary gland is there, which will secrete the saliva. When we are chewing the food, it will get mixed with the food. So when saliva will mix with the food, it will break down the starch into simple sugar. That is the function of saliva. When it will get mixed with the food, it will break down the starch into simple sugar. Here we are conducting one activity, that is activity 2.3, and will understand what is the function of saliva when it is getting mixed with the food, how it is changing our food. So for this we have taken 2 types of boiled rice in 2 test tubes. This is a test tube 1, this is test tube 2. In test tube 1 we have taken boiled rice and 3 to 4 ml of water we are taking, that we have kept it into this. Into another test tube we have taken boiled rice, but before taking that we are chewing it little bit so that our saliva will get mixed with it, and after that we are taking out that rice and we are taking that rice into this test tube which has saliva mixed into it, and we are adding 3 to 4 ml of water. Now after making this 2 test tube ready, we are adding 2 to 3 drops of iodine. Now iodine is an indicator. Indicator will show a presence of one specific substance. It will indicate something. Now iodine has a property, when it will come in a contact with starch, it will show blue or black color. We have seen this in earlier chapter also, and we are checking the presence of starch in leaves. It will give us blue and black patches on the green leaves. Similarly, we are checking the presence of starch in boiled rice. So in both of this test tube, we are adding 2 to 3 drops of iodine which will act as an indicator. So here the rice which are boiled will show us blue color, but the rice which are boiled and chewed, which has saliva mixed into that, it will not show us any blue color, because whatever starch is there into the chewed rice has been converted into simple sugar, because our saliva, which is one type of enzyme, it is also known as salivary amylase. So that has converted starch into simple sugar. So there is no starch in test tube B. So will not be able to see any color change in test tube B, whereas will be able to see the color change in test tube A, in which we can see the presence of starch but will not be able to see the presence of starch in test tube B. That's why we have to chew our food properly and then we have to eat it, because our digestion process starts from the mouth itself. The saliva has to properly mixed with the food where the starch will get converted into simple sugar. In mouth and buccal cavity, the tongue is there. Now tongue is one of the most important organ. It is a fleshy muscular organ which is attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity. Where it is attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity, and from the front it is free to move and it is helping us in chewing the food, talking and in mixing the saliva into food. So functions of the tongue is it mixes saliva with the food, it helps in chewing and swallowing of the food, and taste buds are remain present in the tongue will help us in detect the taste of the food. Now there are specific region for this taste bud. This is a structure of our tongue. The taste bud remain on the front region of the tongue will detect the sugary taste. The taste bud remain present little upper to the front region. They will taste the salty food. After that, this third region will detect the taste of the food which are sour. Now this back region is for bitter taste. Now sweets and tooth decay. In our mouth, bacteria will be there. Now if we are not cleaning our mouth and teeth properly, then this bacteria will grow and they'll start living in our gums and in our teeth. This bacteria will grow and they will survive on the food particle which will stuck in between the teeth. So they will eat these food particles, and then whatever sugar will be there into this food particle, they will convert this sugar into acid. So they will break down the sugar and it will convert them into acid. Now this acid will be there on our teeth. This acid will react with our teeth and this will cause a tooth decay, because acids will react with the calcium and our teeth are made up of calcium. So they will damage our teeth and this is known as tooth decay. That because of the bacterial growth, our teeth will start decaying. That is known as tooth decay. Now how can we prevent this? What are the precautions that we can take to get rid of tooth decay? So first, clean the teeth twice a day and clean it properly such that no food particles should remain present in the teeth after meal. Do not put any dirty hands or object in a mouth. Then third is wash mouth after every meal. So these are the precautions which we can take to prevent tooth decay. Now sometimes when we are eating the food, we may feel choking or we may feel hiccups or we may cough due to the food particles will enter into windpipe. Now what are the reasons for that? So the windpipe carries air from the nostrils to lung. It runs adjacent to the food pipe. As we can see here, from the nostrils air will go into the windpipe. This is a windpipe, and from the mouth the food pipe esophagus will go till the stomach. They are sharing the common passage into the throat. So during swallowing, flap like valve will be there and it will closes when we are eating something, so that it will guide the food to the food pipe and not to the windpipe. So that's why while we are chewing or while we are eating something, we should not talk, we should not laugh, because we may take air inside, we may breathe air inside while talking or while laughing. That will open our windpipe. So it may lead to the food particle into a windpipe, so that we will feel choking. So while we are eating or while we are chewing something, we should not talk, we should not laugh, so that this valve will act properly and it will closes down the windpipe properly and it will guide the food properly to the esophagus or to food pipe. So the swallowed food passes into the food pipe or esophagus. We have learned that first we are chewing the food particles and food substance into our mouth. The saliva will get mixed with the food and then we are slowly swallowing the food. Now it goes through the food pipe and which connects it to the stomach. So here food is pushed down by the movement of the wall of the food pipe. So this kind of movement we can see in food pipe. So part by part the food is going to the stomach. This movement which happens throughout the alimentary canal and throughout while we are eating the food, that is known as peristalsis or peristalsis. So this happens in alimentary canal. Part by part food will pass through the food pipe and will go to the stomach. Sometimes the food is not accepted by the stomach and we vomit it out. This is the reverse process. While we are eating the food, part by part we are taking it in. But in vomit the reverse process will happen and food will come out. Now why the vomit will happen? Because this is body's way of ridding itself of harmful substance from the stomach. When we are eating something bad or eating something infectious, that infection will come into the stomach. So stomach wants to get rid of this infection. That will come out. So how this will happen? So major muscles of neck and abdomen and chest wall and abdominal muscle all will contract at the same time. While they will contract, all of this muscle will contract at the same time and it will put the pressure on the stomach and the reverse process will happen and we will vomit out all the infection, all the bad food particle and stomach will get rid of the bad stuff. So that is how the vomit will happen. Our next part of digestive tract is stomach. Now stomach is a thick wall bag and its structure is like a flattened jig. It is the widest part of alimentary canal. We know that alimentary canal will opens up at stomach and stomach will opens up at small intestine. The alimentary canal's function is to take food particle to the stomach. Now what is the function of stomach? That we are going to learn it over here. And from the stomach, food will go to small intestine. So stomach has inlet at alimentary canal and outlet at small intestine. So stomach is in between the alimentary canal and small intestine. Now the function of stomach is the inner lining of stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices. These three things the inner lining of the stomach will secrete. Now what are the function of these three? That mucus, it will protect the stomach from acid. Whatever hydrochloric acid is being secreted from the wall of the stomach. So this mucus will protect the inner lining of the stomach from the adverse effect of the acid. Because acid effect, we want it on the food particles and not on the stomach. If every day stomach's inner wall will get exposed to hydrochloric acid, then it will deteriorate the wall of the stomach. So this mucus will protect the wall of the stomach from hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid's action we can see only on food and not on the stomach's inner wall. So mucus task is to protect the stomach from the acid action. Then why we need acid in our stomach? So first function is it will kill the bacteria which will remain in acid. Then make medium acidic which will help digestive juices to act. Whatever digestive juices will act on food particle and it will digest the food, it will help digestive juices. And how it will help? It will provide acidic medium because this digestive juices can act in acidic medium. So that's why this hydrochloric acid is providing acidic medium to this digestive juices. Now what this digestive juices will do? They will break down the protein into simpler substances. So digestive juices mainly break down the protein into simpler substance. So in the stomach, the digestion of protein will happen. Protein will converted into simple substance. In this process, the hydrochloric acid will help the digestive juices and providing acidic medium. Mucus will protect the inner lining of the stomach, so it will not get adverse effect from acidic and all. We got to know about stomach's working in 1822, and it has been discovered by a doctor named William Beaumont. It happened that the patient named Alex Marty got hit by a shotgun, and this shotgun made a hole in his stomach, but doctor couldn't completely fill or close the hole. So from that hole, doctor got an opportunity to see that how stomach is working. So via seeing that, via observing the stomach's activity, he recorded three main observations: that stomach was churning the food, wall secreted fluid which could digest the food, and the last one and very important, that at the end of the process the stomach will opens up to the intestine only, and after digestion only the stomach is opening up. Till the time stomach is closed, it has not opened into intestine. First it is digesting the food properly, and how it is digesting? Via secreting fluid and churning the food, and after the digestion process will complete, the stomach will opens up to the small intestine. So these were the observation made by the doctor, and this was the first time in 1822 we got to know that how stomach is digesting our food. Let us understand the function of small intestine in our body. So here there are two parts to understand the function of small intestine. In this first part, we are going to learn that what all digestive juices are getting mixed with the food particle, what are their function, what they are doing and how they are acting upon the food particle. And after this segment, we are going to learn that what small intestine will do and where small intestine will send the food. So here first, what is a small intestine? It is a highly coiled and 7.5 meter long organ in a body. It receives the secretion from liver and pancreas. Its wall also secretes some juices. So three kind of secretion it is receiving from liver, from pancreas and from its own wall. About liver, first we will learn what is a liver. So it is the largest gland in our body. It is a reddish brown gland, and where it is situated? It is situated at the upper part of abdomen on right side. It is the largest gland and it is reddish brown in color. Now, the function of the liver, it secretes the bile juice. Now, this bile juice is stored in a sac which is known as gallbladder. Now bile juice is being secreted from the liver, but it is coming from the gallbladder. Now what is a gallbladder? It is a sac where this bile juice is being stored. Now what bile will do? It will digest the fat. It will help in the digestion of the fat. So liver is secreting bile juice which is stored in a sac called gallbladder, and bile juice will help in digestion of the fat. Now pancreas. It is a large cream color gland, and where it is situated below the stomach. Liver is situated at the upper part of abdominal on the right side, whereas this is below stomach. Now pancreas will secrete pancreatic juice. Now what are the function of pancreatic juices? It will act on carbohydrate and fat, and they are converting protein into simpler form. So the function of pancreatic juices are involving three things. They are digesting carbohydrate and fat, and they are converting protein into simpler substance. Now when all digestive juices, liver juice and pancreatic juice will get mixed with the food particle, after that what will happen? The partly digested food will go to the lower part of small intestine, where intestinal juices will complete the digestion. After that process, this process will happen, and the intestinal juices will act upon them, which will complete the process. Now all this three process will happen, that carbohydrates get broken into simple sugar like glucose, fats into fatty acid and glycerol. So fats are converting into fatty acid and glycerol. Protein will convert into amino acid. Now in small intestine, one of the most important process will happen, and that is absorption. Once all this food will get digested with the help of intestinal juices, the absorption process will start. Now let us learn that how small intestine will absorb this food and where this absorbed food particles will go. Now how the absorption happens in small intestine. So what is the absorption first of all? Digested food can pass into blood vessel into the wall of intestine, and that is known as absorption in small intestine. Whatever digested food will be there will get absorbed into the lining of the small intestine. That is absorption. Inner wall has finger-like outgrowth and it is termed as villi. This villi is the structure who will absorb the food or digested food. Villi, each villus is a singular form. When there are many, in plural form we call it villi. So each villus has network of thin and small blood vessel close to its surface. So from the villus, directly digested food will directly get absorbed to the blood vessel. Now villi will absorb digested food. It will transport it via blood vessel to organ. So this is a part of digested food, that once the food will get digested into small intestine, it will get absorbed by the villi, and from there it will get transported via blood vessel to organ. In organs, they used to build complex substances such as protein required by the body, and this process is known as assimilation. So whatever digested food will be there, whatever food we are eating, that food is used to make a protein. So it will get digested in small intestine via villi, then it will get transported via blood vessel to the organ, and in organ the cell will manufacture the protein. In organ they will build complex substance like a protein. So this process is known as assimilation. Now in cell, what will happen? That glucose will break down into simpler substance in presence of oxygen, what we are breathing along with the air, and they are liberating carbon dioxide, water and energy. And this energy we are using in all the different types of action and activity what we are performing throughout the day. Now whatever unabsorbed food will be there, that will pass to the large intestine. Today we are going to understand the large intestine from the second chapter, that is nutrition in animal. So large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. Smaller intestine we have seen earlier that it is the longest organ in our body. But large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. Its length is 1.5 meter. Now let us understand the function of large intestine. It will absorb the water and salt from undigested food. There will be two types of food when the food will come to large intestine: digested food and undigested food. So large intestine will absorb water and salt from undigested food, and the waste will be generated from the digested and undigested food. That remaining waste will passes into rectum. Rectum is later portion of large intestine. So this waste will passes to rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. Now this feces will go out time to time, and that process will termed as ingestion. We have earlier seen that when we are eating something via buccal cavity, via mouth, it will go to the esophagus and then to stomach. That process is known as ingestion. That whatever we are eating, that is ingestion. Now this is ingestion. The waste material will go out from the body. So that is ingestion. The fecal matter is removed through anus from time to time is known as ingestion. The waste material will go from large intestine to rectum to anus and then from there out of the body, and that process is known as ingestion.